number of South Sudanese refugees in neighbouring countries passed 1 million in September. Almost 250,000 new South Sudanese refugees have fled since fresh violence erupted in July. Uganda hosts most South Sudanese refugees. Over a third of them have arrived since July. Uganda is the main destination for the refugees. It allows them to move in and out of settlements, gives them land and, more importantly, allows them to work. Its approach makes Uganda one of the most innovative countries for refugee crisis management. Schools play a key role in making refugees more self-reliant. The Adjumani Vocational Training Centre is run by the Norwegian Refugee Council and financed by the EU. 200 are here working hard for a fresh start. The bakery course is in high demand.
We start by rubbing the fat into the flour, the blue band.
The bakery training takes 6 months. Every week we have 5 days training. The first group, which consisted of 31 people, I could say 50% have already found jobs and others are in the process.
Bakery trainee Yarkon brought her 4 children and 4 of her relatives' children from South Sudan to Uganda, a situation that is not uncommon.
I'd like to work because I want to open a business to sustain my family.
The courses were offered after research was carried out aimed at understanding the needs of both refugees and their host community. They're in big demand.
We are working on this, how refugees can link up with the markets in the surrounding. We have established a relationship between the graduates and the existing financial institutions in this area. It can be microfinance institutions, saving and credit, and the banks.
Graduates are given startup cash, tools, and they benefit from a 6-month follow-up. Daruka opened her bakery with 4 other trainees. Today they trade inside the settlement and at the local market.
I felt comfortable from the moment I started this work. All my kids have clothes and shoes, and if they need to buy something at school, I can pay. Things have changed compared to the moment I came from South Sudan.
New settlements have sprung up over the past few months following the peak in arrivals. Armed groups in South Sudan are pushing more and more people to leave. We visited the collection centre at one of Uganda's main entry points, Elegu. Refugees reported killings, lootings and forced recruitment of youths into armed groups in South Sudan.
Currently, we receive between 100 and 180. But previously, in around 17th, 18th July, at the peak of the influx, we were receiving between 4,000 and, between 3,000 to 4,000 refugees per day.
Refugees usually stay in collection centres for a couple of days, but the peak in arrivals often leaves people stranded for months. The increased number of people seeking asylum protection in Uganda is challenging the country's approach to dealing with refugees.
If the situation continues like that and we have new arrivals, the system will have to be adapted because as it is now, it won't fit.
Adapted how?
An example is the land allocation. The more refugee, more land we have to give. And so the availability of land might...
The plots will be smaller.
The plot will become smaller, yes.
There are around 300 business, technical and vocational institutions in Uganda. The country's unique laws and regulations are key for effective integration into local communities.